What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazik, aka Unique Mazik. I'm the hardest working man in sports and gaming, and we unfortunately have to talk Jon Gruden. The now former Las Vegas Raiders head coach is out after repeated, and this is I don't even know how to refer to it. As a matter of fact, I mean, initially there was some details of an email that was from 2011 where Gruden was making disparaging remarks about Damari Smith, the president of the NFL Players Association. Those remarks were, obviously offensive towards Damari Smith as well as African Americans. And then there's always more. That's like my major saying, right? So whenever we hear something negative, or even sometimes when you hear something positive, but almost 100% when you hear something negative, you best believe there's probably more that you don't know, that if you knew would probably only exacerbate the issue. And more happened on Monday night when even more information about other emails that Jon Gruden had sent to people in the past became public knowledge. So there's all sorts of just disparaging, negative, insulting sort of comments about all different sorts of people and all different groups of people. And so long story short, Jon Gruden is out. Now, my major point for this whole thing is obviously this is something that needed to happen. Jon Gruden, there's no way in the world you can, just leak and spew that level of negativity and remain in position or employed, especially any level of a leadership position with that kind of stuff attached to you. But for the Raiders, man, I know this seems like this team is kind of in a really tough situation right now, and they are, just from an organizational standpoint, coming off a loss to the Chicago Bears on Sunday when they really had kind of manhandled. I believe that this subtraction of Jon Gruden is going to ultimately be a positive for the Raiders organization. And when I say ultimately, I'm not even talking about like a pie in the sky down the road will be better for it. I mean, actually in the 2021 season. I don't necessarily expect to see them rally on Sunday against the Denver Broncos. I think they are ripe to essentially be taken advantage of by the Broncos on Sunday. Who knows? We'll see if the Raiders are able to respond. But I think that Gruden had already gotten to a place with this particular group where I think he might have lost this locker room. He has a certain way or had a certain way of doing things. And I made a point talking to Tony Williams, who is the heavy on Broncos beat writer. And I was talking to him and I was saying, hey, I think that as far as this Raiders team is concerned, there's probably more Derek Carr fans in that locker room than there are Jon Gruden fans. And we've known that over the years, Gruden has taken shots at Derek Carr. And also, so there's not been a lot of cohesion on that team. I think this is a perfect opportunity for this roster to kind of rally behind Derek Carr, rally behind whomever is brought in as an interim coach to take Gruden's spot. And I think that there's something that can be made of this season, something that they can build on moving forward. Gruden's whole way of doing things was antiquated and far too stiff, far too stubborn of a way to approach winning football games, I think, in 2021. I think he is a person who had really benefited from a relatively short run of success as a head coach with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Oakland Raiders. And, he was a caricature of sorts on Monday Night Football and had some spots with ESPN and all of those different things. And it allowed him to be even more famous than he was actually great at anything that he was actually doing. So not to say he didn't have any success as a Raiders head coach and didn't have success with the Bucs and, just overall as an offensive mind, definitely had success in professional football. And it appears all of that is down the drain and gone. No, that's neither here nor there at this point. We're talking about the Raiders and what they can do moving forward. And I think as we look at this, I think we're going to look at this in 5 or 6 weeks. And one of the stories that we're going to be following is how the Raiders have rallied together after their leader essentially was disgraced and had to be removed because of his actions, but how this Raiders roster has rallied behind Derek Carr and rallied behind whatever the new leadership looks like on the sidelines. And I think they actually end up making something positive out of a very negative situation.